Is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
On October 12th, the Deputy Solicitor General Matt Kuhn will argue and defend for Attorney General Daniel Cameron's office to continue the defense of House Bill 454, which is a ban on a common second trimester abortion procedure. WYMT's Zach Hawk takes a look at the legal journey this bill has been on.
House Bill 454 was passed by the legislature in 2018.
With that bill, our legislature declared that unborn children have the right to be treated with dignity and respect.
The bill prohibits an abortion procedure called dilation and evacuation 15 weeks or later into a pregnancy.
It was immediately challenged in federal court. A federal district court judge stopped the law from going into effect.
On appeal, the Sixth Circuit Court upheld the previous decision. According to AG Cameron, at this point, Governor Beshear dropped the case.
Rather than ask for a rehearing of that decision, the governor's team decided to wash their hands of the case.
AG Cameron asked the Sixth Circuit to be able to represent the Commonwealth instead, but the court said no. Now, Deputy Solicitor General Matt Kuhn will need to argue on behalf of AG Cameron's office to continue the defense of House Bill 454.
If we ultimately prevail, the court will be saying without question that a state has a right to defend itself with the official or representative of its choosing.
If the Supreme Court agrees, the AG's office will have another opportunity before the Sixth Circuit.
It is the role of the AG's office to defend the laws of Kentucky, to exhaust all avenues. We are doing that, and especially on these pro-life issues.
The argument before the Supreme Court is scheduled for October 12th. Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Supporters of House Bill 454 say the bill is designed not to restrict access to an abortion, but to eliminate a cruel method of performing one. Opponents of the measure claim that it places an undue burden on women by adding a costly and potentially dangerous medical procedure.
Showers beginning to work into parts of the mountains this afternoon and evening, and even a few thunderstorms in a few spots, especially as we head out to the Cumberland Valley. I-75 at Mount Vernon, the overcast there. Rain not quite moving into Rockcastle County yet, but it's not far away. Buffalo Mountain, here in Perry County, we've seen a few sunbreaks out there. Otherwise, we're in the low 70s. Temperatures throughout much of the region into those middle 70s at their highest at this point. We had a few 80s earlier, but those are starting to go by the wayside. Look at Monticello, though, checking in right now at 64. That's because they're dealing with showers and thunderstorms. Portions of Pulaski County down through Wayne County and points off to the west dealing with some downpours and even a few thunderstorms out there just to the west of Science Hill, not far from the Eubank area at this hour, continuing west of Somerset and throughout much of Wayne County at this point, including into Monticello. That's the only action in town for now, but we're starting to see a few more showers pop up in places like Powell County, Estill County, Laurel, Rockcastle, even into Whitley, Knox, and Clay County. So it's something we're going to be keeping an eye on as we head through the nighttime hours. We'll start to see showers ramp up thanks to everything going on to our south, with more of a chance of rain as we head into the nighttime hours. I'll have the details on just how much we could see and when we finally start to dry out coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. We have an update tonight on a man who was reported missing in Pike County. Police say 33-year-old Michael Smith of Feds Creek was found safe. Troopers also added that he is in good condition. Smith was last seen a little more than 2 weeks ago on September 18th. A man faces drug charges after investigators seized heroin and fentanyl in Floyd County. Police say a text tip helped them arrest 38-year-old James Matthew Woods. Woods now faces drug trafficking and possession charges. He's also facing charges of third-degree assault of a police officer and fleeing or evading police. Police say Woods was also wanted on 6 outstanding warrants. Yesterday, we shared the story of a 12-year-old girl that was reported missing. She was later found safe in a car with a 20-year-old man she'd been messaging through social media. WYMT's Jade Saylor spoke with local officials about the importance of social media safety and monitoring our children online.
Social media can be great for a lot of things, but it can also be dangerous. especially to children and teens without safety guidelines.
There's just so many people out there that are not who they appear to be.
Hazard Police Deputy Chief James East highly recommends parents monitor their child's social media accounts closely.
Parents can put in their own parental controls on each person's profile and lock it to where the child can't go in and change it.
Stranger danger applies to the internet just like it does in real life.
I would encourage all children to be extremely skeptical of friending anyone or starting a conversation with someone that they don't know personally.
You should never give out personal information, such as your address or age, to anyone online.
Make your social media platform as generic as it possibly can be.
Even with a private account, any information you do put online can be accessed by hackers.
And they're specifically looking for vulnerable juveniles. So I would encourage all parents to monitor all social media.
Be smart and keep personal information personal. In Hazard, Jade Saylor, WIMT Mountain News.
Now, Deputy Chief James East says he recommends parents having a hand in their child's social media accounts until they are 18 years old. It was a busy night for Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team members. 2 separate teams were sent out to look for 3 lost hikers. One team was sent to find 1 missing hiker while the other searched for a lost couple. The 1 single hiker was found safe along a trail. The second team never found the couple but were able to find their car. Officials said the team decided to suspend the search to lower the risk to the rescuers. The Commonwealth saw an increase in new COVID-19 deaths today. Governor Beshear announced 2,696 new cases of COVID, increasing the statewide total to 705,626. There were 51 new deaths reported today, bringing the death toll to 8,972. The positivity rate is still a little more than 9%. You can always find the latest COVID information over on our website at WIMT.com. Eastern Kentucky communities are rallying behind a Kentucky State Police trooper that's been fighting for his life with COVID for weeks now. WIMT's Corey Sanning has more from London.
It's been weeks now since KSP Trooper Chris McQueen was last on duty, and he now finds himself in the fight of his life. McQueen, a veteran of KSP Post 11 here in London, is currently in an ICU bed in Cincinnati battling COVID-19 along with pneumonia. And his friends in the London Corbin communities are here to support. There are currently online and in-person fundraisers to help cover his medical expenses, along with an outpouring of support from friends all over the Commonwealth. Maggie Monholland is organizing several fundraisers for McQueen, all in hopes that they can help get him home soon.
We're worried about him. You know, we want to see him persevere, and he's a fighter. You know, he's a strong soul, but he needs the support of small town community and the people that are his friends behind him.
Monholland tells me they have a community chili dinner in the works in McQueen's honor, and she hopes to release the details of that soon. In London, Corey Sanning, WIMT Mountain News.
McQueen is also known as a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan. He has his own General Lee and recently received well wishes from 2 cast members that he knows personally on issues and answers. Of course, we're all continuing to pray for Chris. We'll have more on this tonight at 11. A Clay County girl is making history and changing lives. She is participating in a COVID-19 trial for children in her age group who are not yet eligible to receive their shot of hope. WIMT's Vivica Grayson has her story.
Within the walls of one Clay County medical practice is a family with a unique story.
I feel good. I'm glad I'm doing something to actually help the world. 9-year-old
Althea Madden is your typical kid.
I do horseback riding lessons every Tuesday. I play a lot of music. I like to play ukulele, piano.
But while young, she is wise beyond her years.
I know that these times have been very difficult and the COVID numbers have been rising very high in our parts.
This is what led her to participate in something bigger than herself.
Move that leg around a little bit. There you go. Good girl. That's what you need.
I wanted to get the vaccine myself since I was one of the only family members that didn't have it.
A Moderna COVID-19 vaccine trial for children in her age group, a study her father and Dr. Jared Madden says is impactful.
I don't think there's a more powerful way for me to speak about my confidence in the vaccination process other than to involve my pride and joy in something like a vaccination study.
Althea and her family will soon find out if Althea received the vaccine or the placebo. But in the meantime, she says her experience was...
I felt good, no pain. Like my dad said, a little temperature rise, but other than that, I felt perfectly fine.
Being courageous and working to help slow the spread. In Clay County, Vivica Grayson, WIMT, Mountain News.
She might be a future anchor on television one day, I think. Dr. Madden says he advises those who are eligible to consider receiving their shot as we approach a potential unpredictable winter. 76 years ago, a soldier from Estill County was killed in World War II less than 3 weeks before the war ended. Today, United States Army Private Gordon Lee Hardy's brother was surprised with military medals to honor the 18-year-old who died serving our country. Congressman Andy Barr presented a posthumous Bronze Star and Purple Heart to retired U.S. Army Colonel Donald C. Hardy. Donald was emotional in today's ceremony.
So, I sure do. There's only the two of us. He always looked after me. He was about a year and a half, 2 years older than me. So they've really done a lot of hard work to get it, and I appreciate it.
Congressman Barr says it's important to remember and properly honor all who served our country. Officials are beginning a year-long effort to survey visitors at the Daniel Boone National Forest. A statement from the Forest Service said a team from the University of Tennessee began surveying on Saturday and will continue through the end of September of next year. Officials said the survey is used to estimate the number of visitors and the economic impact of the forest on the local economy. That information is used by federal, state, and local officials to plan for tourism and recreation projects.
We've got the potential for heavy rain for part of the area later tonight. I'll have the latest breakdown from Future View straight ahead.
And a warning for Kentucky drivers as peak season gets closer for deer incidents in our state.